Hello. Well, it's week 8 and I'm going really well, and I was trying to think about what to say that was slightly different to what I've said before. So I think I'll probably carry on a bit from my last week's babblings and talk about my emotional attachment to food. Before, when I got really stressed, I used to stress eat, and I guess I'm no orphan there. So I'd sort of get to the stage where something would go dramatically wrong in my life and I'd head for the chocolate because it made me feel good, the endorphins and everything. We all know about why it happens. It's just very hard to break it. Not being able to have sugars on SureSlim, or the artificial kind anyway, has forced me to break that habit. So now I have almost subconsciously found different ways of dealing with it. If I get stressed at work, I'll just down tools and just go outside the building and walk around the building literally. I'm lucky I sort of live in a camp, I work in a campus type environment, so I can do that. But there are times when you can't even do that. I've been in hospital quite a bit recently, and you just can't leave your kid in bed. So I've just even learnt sort of like just to breathe and focus on what's going on and not worry so much about things that I can't change, and just sort of, so the poor doctor's got quizzed a lot more. But yeah, it somewhat amazes me. It sort of leads on to my next bit, what I don't miss. I really thought when I started this diet that by now I would be craving chocolate or craving Coke, or I don't. I don't miss it at all. I miss bananas. I really like a banana every now and again. I used to love them. And dates, believe it or not. I haven't had a date for years, but I quite miss dates. And it's just weird, the things that you think that you would miss that you don't. And I think part of today's culture, today's society is almost not to blame, but the reason that we're like the way we are. I mean, we reward ourselves with food. We go out to a coffee with a mate and have a cake, or you have the end of a hard day, you sit down and you have a wine with your dinner. So it's very easy for us to have bad habits without even thinking about them. Whereas now, when you've got this plan of what you can eat and what you can't eat, then it makes you understand where you're going wrong, and that's been good for me. So I'm going to keep this one short because I don't want to babble on too much, and I'll see you next week. And the only other thing I will say is that I don't go to gyms or stuff like that because I've got a really wonky knee. In fact, I only have 1.5 kneecaps, and I've got a wonky shoulder as well, so they hate me at gyms because they can't give me squats to do and they can't give me upper body work. So I've been exercising around the garden, and I've discovered that some people might go to the gym and get sore bodies, but I don't know if you can see, I get blisters on gardening. And I've put away all the power tools and I'm raking and sweeping and everything by hand. And let me tell you, you get just as much of a workout and you can sweat just as much in the garden. So if you're out there and you're listening to this and you're saying, oh, I can't do this because I'm too poor to go to the gym and exercise, no excuses. None whatsoever. If I can do it, so can you. See you next week.